The Marshall Islands is a small island state in the middle of the Pacific Ocean with 29 atolls, 4 individual islands, and over 1,000 islets, almost resembling a strand of pearls floating over 180,000 square miles of ocean. We have a population of just over 50,000 people, with over 50% of the population under the age of 24, making the role of the College of the Marshall Islands more important and relevant for our young population. The Marshall Islands have been colonized since the 16th century. In the early 1900s, Japan gained control of the islands from the Germans, and later by the United States of America during World War II, as an administrator for the United Nations of the Trust Territory of the Pacific Islands, which the Marshall Islands was a district of. During this time, the USA made the Marshall Islands ground zero for its devastating nuclear testing program that resulted in numerous and never before seen or experienced health complications and environmental loss and poisoning. Though stricken by its past and the lingering health and environmental concerns of the present, the Marshallese people continue to be proud and resilient. Since gaining its independence in 1986, through the Compact of Free Association with the United States of America, the Marshall Islands has become a distinctive society, and I quote our Constitution, "A society that has survived and has withstood the test of time, the impact of other cultures, the devastation of war, and the high price paid for the purposes of international peace and security." This is a history that has built what we are proud to call the Republic of the Marshall Islands. Since gaining its independence from the College of Micronesia, the College of the Marshall Islands has grown to be a college its people are proud of. For over 20 years, the college has prepared, supported, and educated thousands of Marshallese and our other brothers and sisters in the islands and from neighboring island states. It has prepared our people to engage in the development of our nation. It has supported our nation to be among other nations. And it has educated our people to be intellectual global citizens. The college ensures that it offers programs and courses that addresses the greatest needs of the nation. It ensures that our faculty and staff offer quality services to our students and the community. It ensures our students are safe and have access to quality and affordable education, and that our students can navigate their journeys to further their education and/or into their career of choice. I have the privilege of working with a diverse group of regents with diverse thoughts, but with one aim, a sustainable institution. As a board chair, I take pride in ensuring positive collaboration, dedication, and full engagement of the Board of Regents and the college president, and that opportunities for learning and growth for individual regents and the board as a whole are accessible so that we are equipped with the information, the facts, and the stories to ensure a successful and sustainable institution. In the last year, we've had a change in Parliament, which inevitably meant a change in some of the regents. In the same year, we also recruited a new college president. As chair, this meant ensuring smooth transitions of our regents and of the college president for a smooth continuation of the board's work and of the colleges. We understand that education may not necessarily be at the center of our students' lives, but we do know that there is an urge or a willingness to learn. Reinvigorating the willingness to learn is the key. We have a great team here to do just that. Values and standards set the college apart in our nation. We are continuously improving our policies, reviewing our programs and improving our programs, and maintaining our facilities and sustaining our financial resources to do everything that we envisioned and that our mission is accomplished. A key strength is acknowledging and understanding our challenges. Continuous research into all areas of the institution, from mental health to academics, paint a picture that allows us to identify solutions to our challenges.
Welcome to the College of the Marshall Islands. It would have been lovely to have you here in person, maybe circumstances will change and you will still come here in person. My name is Irene Taafaki. I've been the president of the college for 6 months and have enjoyed every day that I've worked here since my arrival in June. The college is a very interesting, dynamic and a learning organisation in the Marshall Islands, constantly looking at its processes and its achievements and working hard to make sure that we give our students the best education we can.
As library director of the College of the Marshall Islands, I manage the staff, the library staff. I look after the budget of the library department. I ensure that services and the activities of the library, the resources that fill up the library shelves, and the distance education center libraries are established and resourced so that students, wherever you are studying in the Marshall Islands, they have equal access to the resources, the activities, and the services that we undertake here in the CMI library. And we serve the students, we serve the faculty members, we serve the staff, and of course, as a community college, we also serve researchers from outside CMI who would like to use our library.
Because they are, of course, the reason we're here. Most of our students are from the urban areas. In fact, 96% of our students, but we have an increasing number of students, of course, who come from the outer islands to Majuro to study. And with our new distance learning centres in Jaluit and Wodje, as well as on Ibai, our numbers are increasing from those campuses. And for example, I have my data in front of me. We have 1.8% of our students now from Jaluit, and we're collecting data from Wodje, which is a centre that's just opened. In rural Majuro, almost 2% of our students come from that area. This semester, we had our largest number of students ever enrolled in courses, 1,161. But we have 765 full-time equivalent students, which is slightly less full-time students than previously, and we're trying to find out why that is. As far as our completion rate goes, we are happy to see an increase in the completion, 150% completion rate. 14% of our students graduated after 3 years in 2018. That compares to 8% in 2016. Most of our students are from the Marshall Islands, 96%, with 4% of our students coming from other Micronesian countries, that's 2% of them, and then 2% from other places. Gender is very well balanced in the college. It used to be 49% female and the rest male. This year there was a little flip, and in the fall 53% were female and 47% male. So we like to think we're very gender balanced. Our average age of students is slightly younger, I think, than many community colleges in the US. 20 to 21 years is our average age, so it's a young population. And yet, even though they are young, 44% of them have children who live with a student and who depend on them for their care. As far as Pell Grant is concerned, 78% of our students receive Pell. As you would expect, 99% of the students are from the Marshall Islands. And for 93% of them, English is not their first language. So developmental English is a very important feature of our curriculum. 44% of our students come from families who did not have anyone in them attending college before, although we're noticing that percentage is rising.
So at CMI we've got a suite of 8 institutional plans. We say we've got the mission drives everything we do at the college. And under the mission, we've got a 10-year medal, or the 10-year educational master plan. And this sets the 5 goals, 5 goals that we're trying to achieve here at the college. The first one being student achievement and success. The second goal is open and online learning. The third goal is economic and community development. The fourth goal is sustainability of all our resources. And the fifth goal is, of course, entrepreneurship.
Well, I've always been working at higher education for the past 6 years or so, and I've always had a connection with higher ed students, and I always wanted to help first generation students go to college. I thought when landing to Metro I was scared, terrified, because it's a new country, new culture that I had to learn, but it was also my culture that I had to learn. I love teaching students. This is my first semester teaching CMI 101, and I love it, but I also find it really challenging, and I see the perspective of a teacher and a faculty because I've never experienced that. But outside of classrooms, I love teaching students about college and after college work and just be engaged with them. My first experience when I first arrived was a culture shock. I was born and raised in Palau and moved to the States, and so when I moved here to this tiny little island, I was just so shocked culturally, but then also I felt welcomed as well.
One thing that I also love about being here in the Marshall Islands, apart from the people, are the artifacts. The way it's so fine, and the way the mats, every piece of handicraft, the bags, the jewelries, they are done so finely, and I love that, and I really love it.
The reason why I decided to come to CMI is because of my major, which is nursing, and I know that the College of the Marshall Islands is offer a nursing major here.
The people are very nice. The people on the Marshall Islands are very nice. I had to, coming from a big city where nobody really talks to each other and everyone just sort of passes by each other, here I had to get used to, people telling me good night when I would be walking on the road, or, willingly wanting me to share with them their food, and it was just different, and I really liked that sort of communal experience.
Well, if we're talking about this department, excellent. We really have a wonderful faculty. And if we're talking about the whole of CMI, I can say the same. I've enjoyed the people that I work with a great deal. I don't necessarily work with everyone, but at some point you do deal with almost everybody on the college. Well, the students are good and they're interesting. They're second language, and I've taught second language wherever I was. Well, not wherever. I mean, there wasn't too much second language, some. But so second language is a consideration. And the fact that they have had a lot of teachers who taught a pretty surface level, shall I say, that we have a lot of work to do to get people thinking, critical thinking, and building foundations that they need. But the students are very cooperative and very friendly and helpful.
I chose CMI because it was easy. Many of my friends decided to come to CMI, and having a lot of friends in school also can help. Currently, I'm majoring in LA, so after getting my LA degree, I plan to move abroad to study computer science.
What I really love about the college is its diversity and how they discriminate here and they encourage inclusivity. There's like so much I like about the college. Like from the students to the faculty to the staff to the senior leadership council. My role in terms of leadership is to act as a role model for the students here and also the new incoming students. As for the academic year from 2020 to 2021, I am the SBA president. What I wanted to give off to the students, like as their president, is like to be a good role model for them so that they could follow into my footsteps and achieve things that I have or even greater.
Yakwe. I'm Elizabeth Switaj. I'm the Vice President for Academic and Student Affairs and the Accreditation Liaison Officer here at the College of the Marshall Islands. So these flowers and this turtle that I have here, they came from the grand opening of our Woje DE Center. I like to keep these in my office to remind me of a couple of things about CMI. Number one is that for us to really meet our access mission, we have to make sure that we are serving not only the students in Majuro, but also the students in all of our neighbor islands. You know, I'm constantly humbled by the distances our students travel to get their education. Many of our students even lived in dormitories when they were in high school. The other important thing that they remind me of are the incredible talents and cultural resources of our Marshallese students. It's very easy for us to get stuck in deficit thinking. Many of our students do come to us at developmental levels. Many of our students have the same kinds of challenges you see at any community college. But when I really look at what our students can do, what they can make, I know that they can achieve amazing things.
So I think that snapshot of our college is a good way for you to begin this video look at the Marshall Islands. For those of you who haven't been here at all, I know that many of you, when you fly into the country, you're amazed that anybody lives here at all because it's a thin ribbon of land in a vast expanse of ocean. But had you had the opportunity to come, you would find a unique and special culture of the world that has evolved over 2,000 to 4,000 years, a very unique culture, a very kind, welcoming and beautiful place to be. So welcome to the Marshall Islands and to the College of the Marshall Islands.